I, 38 male, have a 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, with my ex-wife, Lauren, 39. We had Ariel too young, and it was a huge struggle. We moved into Lauren's family's house, and I was working multiple jobs. Lauren and I were best friends through all of this, but things ended when Ariel was 2. Lauren's friend, Tori, 38 female, told me that Lauren had been messaging guys, and when they went out, she would give out her number. I checked Lauren's phone and found it. I asked for a divorce. Lauren was angry and wanted to reconcile. I didn't and got split custody. Lauren made my life a nightmare. Lauren badmouthed me, would miss pickup times, and made decisions without talking to me. Her dad offered money to relinquish custody, and I told him off. Ariel is now 19 and has just started college. The deal was that her mom and I would split it. I remarried Tori when Ariel was 6. Tori was a rock during the divorce, but we didn't date till 2 years later. Lauren used this to warp Ariel against Tori and our son, young teen. She excludes them. Whenever she spends the night, she would just talk to me or go to her room if my family was around. Our son walks to the basement if she comes over. It hurts me a lot. I've spent thousands on therapy before people bring that up. It's still being utilized. But at this point, Ariel is being nasty for the sake of it. Her mom convinced her that I cheated on her with her friend and had a baby, which is funny because, as I've pointed out, the timelines don't even match up. I've done everything at this point, including family time, one-on-one, and therapy. Ariel is just plain rude to them, and they're done trying. Ariel graduated from high school in May and hosted a party. I was invited, but my family wasn't. I told Ariel that I found that disrespectful, so I'd send a card, but I wouldn't be going. She didn't care, and we hadn't spoken since. Finally, I got a call from Lauren saying that she paid for the first semester and was wondering when I'd be paying. I said I was no longer paying as I'm not pulling money out of my household when Ariel is disrespectful to 2/3 of it. My ex went off, saying that we had an agreement. I reminded her when her dad tried to buy my custody and said, "You have what you've always wanted, full custody and control. You won, so figure it out." Then texted her that I've been putting up with this long enough. She got her 18 years of child support from me. So until she planned on setting the record straight that I was done with both of them and blocked her, I called Ariel and told her the same. I gave the reasons I was not paying and told her she needed to look into loans, but I would pay for college if she at least tried to form a bond with my family, because she created this situation with her attitude. So if she wants my help, she needs to attempt it. She started crying, but I didn't fall for it. I told her my expectations and to let me know her plan so I could move the money around. My wife is on my side here, saying we've been the bad guys for long enough, but I'm getting crap from others. Am I the idiot? You are the idiot. You have every right to be upset about her mom turning her against Tori, but the deal was, so far as I can tell, that you would split tuition. I doubt that you can put that caveat in that you'd have to accept Tori as part of your family when you made that agreement. She doesn't want to be involved with your family, and you're trying to pressure and bribe her into doing it, which is crappy. She'll only resent you and your family more for it. If she goes along with it, it won't be genuine, and she'll ditch it as soon as she's done. Nothing good will come out of it. OP should just tell Ariel the truth, that mom was unfaithful and created a web of lies in Ariel's mind over Tori. Mom is angry because either way she loses. Either she has to fork out more college payments, or the illusion of lies she spun is shattered. That is, if everything OP is telling is the truth. Not the idiot. People, come on, why do you enable this behavior? I do have to mention that we don't know what happens in their household, but did you forget that OP's son gets neglected by Ariel? He's done with her. That must mean that Ariel's involving him and misbehaving toward the son. Why should OP reward bad behavior from his daughter? This entitled behavior can stop now. Ariel didn't even care that her dad didn't come during the party, yet instantly cried when she was told she would only get the money if she bettered her behavior towards OP's wife and son. You all act like this is the ends of the world, but the money is still there for Ariel. You're not entitled to that money. Be happy your parents want to and can pay. The only thing Ariel has to do is make an effort with OP's son and wife. My brother Drew unfortunately passed away a month ago. Drew was an addict, and it tore our family apart. We tried rehab, therapy, support groups, and interventions, but nothing worked. A week ago, a girl, Zara, contacted my parents online, claiming to be pregnant with Drew's baby. Unfortunately, my parents got too overwhelmed to talk, so I managed her from my account to continue the conversation. I already recognized Zara. She was Drew's ex-girlfriend from high school. Zara said she had just found out that she was around 10 weeks pregnant and was struggling for money and could become homeless very soon, and asked if my parents or I could help her out. After researching, I told Zara that she needed to do a paternity test first. Even though Drew is gone, the test can be done with our dad's DNA, so I said I'd pay for the maternity test. Zara got offended and upset and said she thought I was horrid for calling her a liar. Then she sent me a voice message about her crying, which I thought was slightly out of the blue. I told Zara she could either take the test or not, but we aren't giving her any financial help until she takes the test. Zara left me on red. I told some of my friends about the situation, and they think I could have been more understanding and kind to Zara. Am I the idiot for refusing to help a pregnant woman? Not the idiot. Generally, a refusal to take a paternity test, made with crying and accusations of calling the other person a liar, means the test will come out negative. However, Zara should have no problem submitting to the test if this is your brother's child. Disagree, saying that if it's really OP's brother's child, then Zara should have no problem submitting to the test, reads a lot like, people who haven't done anything wrong have nothing to worry about from the police. Zara's perfectly within her rights to say no to the test. However, she's not within her rights to cry and be manipulative when OP says no test equals no financial help, which is OP's right to do. Geez, out of the blue, a woman contacts your traumatized and grieving parents and says she's carrying your late brother's child and wants you to send her money, and gets all kind of angry and manipulative when you won't just pay, no questions asked. No. You were plenty understanding and kind to offer to pay for a paternity test. You don't even know for sure that she's pregnant, just that she wants money and will send recordings of her crying if she doesn't get it. That was my first thought. If the brother was an addict, it's likely the people he associated with had the same issues, meaning they'll do and say anything to secure their next fix. That includes lying about being pregnant with a dead man's baby, hoping the parents will blindly send money in their grief. If your brother was truly the father and she wanted money, then you think she'd jump at the chance for a free paternity test. I, 30 male, have a beautiful wife who loves to serve others. We bought a home down the street from my family. I have a sweet sister, nearly adult, who likes to crash at our house with her friends. My wife normally is pretty easygoing until recently. My sister's friends have been leaving messes. Mostly towels are on the floor after using our pool. My wife got upset picking up after them every day. I've asked my sister to ensure the house is clean after they leave, and it has been better. My wife also complained that some of her perfumes and clothes and personal items have gone missing. My sister said it's not her. I believe my sister. I just don't see her doing that. So I told my wife, and we agreed just to replace them. Last week, my wife made a couple of pans of cinnamon rolls from scratch. One pan was for us. The second pan was for a coworker's family who was experiencing a tragedy. My wife went to the gym, I went to work, and my sister and her friends came by. The one pan wasn't enough for her and her friends. They wanted the second pan of cinnamon rolls, and my sister texted my wife asking if they could eat them. My wife said no. They ate them anyways. My wife, upset, went and bought new locks. When I came home, my wife handed me a new key and told me that she didn't want anyone else to have a key to our house. I tried to calm her down and tell her that I would just go replace the eaten cinnamon rolls with store-bought ones. My wife decided that this was her hill to die on and said no. My sister lost the privileges to come when we weren't home. Replacing stolen items wasn't good enough anymore. My mom called and asked if my sister could use the pool as a back-to-school party. I was under the impression that my mom would be there, so I said yes. My mom was at work and our schedules clashed. The easiest solution was for me to change the locks back so she could come into the house. My mom didn't come with my sister. When my wife got home after the party, it was a mess. She sent me photos. She called me the idiot for changing the locks without talking to her about it. Keep in mind she did too. Then told me that I broke her trust. She wasn't safe in her home because she kept getting robbed, and I refused to put an end to it. I did talk to my sister. Then my wife let me know that she was staying with a friend for a while. Am I the idiot here? I feel like I've tried to right any wrongs that have happened between my wife and my sister. You are the idiot. Oh my God, this is your wife's home too. Not just yours where you get to make the rules. Her stuff is being stolen, and your sweet sister and her friends are disrespecting your wife and your home. And you're just okay with that? Why don't you clean up after your sister? Your wife deserves better than you. You clearly take her for granted. Your sister shows no respect for boundaries, despite multiple discussions. By allowing her to continue to disrespect your home, you've created an atmosphere of unrest. Your wife deserves to feel like her belongings are safe and her home is a sanctuary. If the thief or ransacker wasn't your sister, you would have called the police and installed a security system. Stop making excuses and choosing your sister over your wife. Sis is clearly in the wrong, and you are enabling her BS. Are you kidding me? You would rather lose your patient and wonderful wife because of your sister and her idiot friends? Your meter is broken. Anyone who thinks it's okay to let their family steal, and that is what happened, stealing from their spouse in their spouse's home, and it is her home, is suffering from stupidity. This would be an absolute deal breaker for me. You're fortunate you haven't gotten divorce papers served yet. I, 25 female, have a close friend group of 4, including me, 2 men and another girl. All of us are in committed relationships and live in the same city. This problem is about Axel, 25 male, and his girlfriend, Jess, 23 female. She lives 3 hours away because she's finishing college. We're friendly and everything, not super close but chill. This happened last week, by the way. Axel recently won an award in his field, and we were pretty excited for him. His family already celebrated him, but Jess was unable to attend because she was getting settled in her new apartment. They rotate weekends to see each other, and so Jess was supposed to come on that one, but she said she had so much homework and was unable to. So we, my friends and I, thought it was a good time to celebrate Axel alone. I'll admit we did it because Jess wasn't coming. We rarely go out alone anymore because we're busy on weekdays and then he's busy on weekends. We wanted to have something without our partners, like the old times. So we went ahead and decorated one of the guys' apartments, bought food, drinks, and a cake. Axel thought it was a normal hangout, but was so happy and excited when he realized it was for him. We began early, like 6 to 7 p.m., because we all had to see our families the next day. We weren't planning on getting drunk, but we had a couple of drinks. At around 8 or 8:30, Jess calls Axel and tells him she was able to come and she's at his apartment, but he's not there. He tells her he's with us at friend's apartment, celebrating him, and we can hear her say, "Cool, I'm on my way," and then hangs up. We all get quiet because we all knew it was supposed to be a no partner thing, and we were only planning on staying around 9 to 9:30, and with Jess here, we would have to stay a little more so she wouldn't think we cut it short because of her. Nobody said anything to Axel, but he knew. When Jess arrived, we kept socializing, and the other girl did leave at 9:30 because she had to do baby night routine with her husband. I was at the kitchen washing some dishes when Jess comes to me and jokingly says that she feels she ruined the mood, and I don't say anything. 5 minutes later, she says, "Be honest, OP, did I ruin the mood?" And I just said, "Well, you kinda did. You're the only partner here, and we wanted to have some fun time with him, but no biggie." She looks offended, like she hoped I'd say no. But anyway, we all leave, and Axel texted us the next morning that she went to stay with her parents because we made her feel unwelcome. My friend and I were talking about that today, and we were wondering if I did wrong for saying what I did. I get wanting time with your friends without partners, but nobody said anything to this poor girl, and you're expecting her to be psychic? She wouldn't have even known no other partners were there, for sure, and she didn't know what was going on. You are the idiot for not speaking up sooner. Anyone with an ounce of empathy would know your answer would hurt. I'm confused at all these mixed friend groups lately where someone's significant other is allegedly intruding. Are they just younger people that are so possessive of their friends that SOs aren't welcome? It seems like a lot of time people are just so socially inept that they can't deal with another person and act like it's some affront. Relationship George apparently is killing independent George. I'm going to say not the idiot for a couple of reasons. First, she told him she couldn't make it and didn't let him know her plans changed. Second, when she did call him and he said he was out with friends, she invited herself over rather than asking whether she could join. Third, she asked if she ruined the mood. I'm a firm believer in don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. If you had just said, "Hey, screw you, you're not welcome here," it would be different, but you didn't. You seemed to assume that he didn't want her there. Maybe she had told him in advance, "I'll try to make it if I can." He doesn't seem upset. His friends did. It's his night. He can invite whoever he wishes. OP, you're a mean girl. That's your friend's SO. Do you even care about him and his happiness? Are you in love with Axel? Because if I were the girlfriend, I would find your comments really suspect. My wife's mother has a massive ego. Some examples include wearing what could have been a wedding gown to our wedding in a shade of pale blush, so bridal, sulking when we got engaged because she wanted to get engaged despite not having anyone in mind, and announcing how beautiful her hair was at father-in-law's funeral, demanding my wife's pregnancy not interfere with her destination wedding when she did get remarried, and sulking because our daughter was named after our two other family members and not her. I see the effect it has on my wife. Father-in-law always pitted them against each other because he was gross, and she feels like she always has had to share and compete with her mom. I'm not okay with that. Recently, we had a photo shoot for our daughter's first birthday. Everyone was supposed to wear jeans and a white shirt, any white shirt, so mother-in-law could be somewhat fashionable. Mother-in-law made a whiny comment about how her husband doesn't own jeans, so now she has to go shopping. I flat out told her I wasn't aware his legs didn't work. She looked confused, and I said he could go shopping himself. So in mother-in-law's mind, this photo shoot was off to a bad start. On the day of, mother-in-law showed up wearing a white top and a blue floral skirt. The flowers were really small, so they would mostly blend in, but I was furious that she couldn't follow directions. I asked my wife if she was okay with it, and she said, "Oh, you know how she is." I went up to mother-in-law and asked what had happened to the denim. Mother-in-law said she wanted to wear a skirt and doesn't like jean skirts, and she just feels more comfortable in skirts. She wears a lot of skirts and dresses, but isn't against wearing pants. It was also short and tight with a slit, so I guess I know why she felt so comfortable. I told her that she wouldn't be able to participate in the pictures. She protested that it wasn't fair, as it was close enough and her granddaughter's birthday. But I said, too bad, so sad. Finally, her husband stood up for her and said she wasn't comfortable in plain jeans and a white shirt, but I ignored them, and we didn't let her in a single photo. Not the idiot. You teach people how to treat you. Now she knows she can't just do whatever she wants regarding your family. I'm sure she also had time to tell you that she wanted to wear a skirt instead. But instead, she chose not to say anything and just arrived at the photo shoot as she wanted. She learned a lesson that day. This isn't about pants. It's about control. She wants to see how far she can step beyond the boundaries before pushing back. She's a narcissist. It's up to you guys to decide how far you'll accept her behavior. The only thing making me lean towards everyone's the idiot here is that this will have ramifications on your wife and her relationship with her mom, regardless of you trying to protect her. You two must have a serious conversation about boundaries and where you are with them.